Donald Trump and Greenland, the idea that sparked a global conversation. In August 2019, an unexpected headline ricocheted around the world. US President Donald Trump was reportedly interested in buying Greenland. What initially sounded like a joke quickly proved to be a genuine, if unconventional, expression of interest. The episode revealed much about Trump's worldview, America's strategic priorities in the Arctic, and Greenland's evolving role on the global stage. The origins of the proposal. Reports first emerged that Trump had asked advisors to explore the possibility of purchasing Greenland, an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. While the idea surprised many observers, it was not without historical precedent. The United States had previously considered acquiring Greenland in 1867 and again after World War II, when strategic concerns about the Arctic and Soviet influence loomed large. In 1946, the US even offered Denmark $100 million in gold for the island, an offer that was declined. Trump, who often framed international relations in transactional terms, reportedly viewed Greenland as a valuable asset. With its vast landmass, sparse population, and abundant natural resources, Greenland appeared to him as a strategic and economic opportunity. The island occupies a critical position between North America and Europe and sits at the center of emerging Arctic shipping routes made more accessible by climate change. Denmark and Greenland respond. The reaction from Denmark and Greenland was swift and unequivocal. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen called the idea absurd, emphasizing that Greenland was not for sale. Greenland's leaders echoed this sentiment, stressing that while they were open to cooperation and investment, their land and people were not commodities. Greenland's government used the moment to assert its own political identity. Although Greenland remains part of the Danish realm, it has its own parliament and significant autonomy, particularly over domestic affairs and natural resources. Many Greenlanders saw Trump's interest as a reminder of their strategic importance, but also as a prompt to reaffirm their right to self-determination. Trump responded sharply to Denmark's rejection, abruptly cancelling a planned state visit to Copenhagen. The move strained diplomatic relations briefly, though ties later normalized. Strategic and economic interests. Behind the headline-grabbing proposal lay serious geopolitical considerations. The Arctic has become an arena of growing competition among major powers, including the United States, Russia, and China. Melting ice has increased access to shipping lanes and untapped reserves of minerals, oil, and gas. Greenland, rich in rare earth elements and other resources critical to modern technology, has drawn increasing international attention. The US already maintains a military presence on the island through Pituffik Space Base, formerly Thule Air Base, a key component of American missile defense and space surveillance systems. From a strategic perspective, closer ties with Greenland align with long-standing US security interests. Rather than pursuing ownership, the United States has since focused on expanding diplomatic and economic engagement. In 2020, the US reopened its consulate in Nuuk and increased financial support for infrastructure, education, and business development. What the episode revealed about Trump. Trump's Greenland proposal was emblematic of his unconventional approach to diplomacy. He often challenged norms, treated nations like negotiable entities, and favored bold, attention-grabbing ideas. Supporters argued that his thinking highlighted overlooked strategic realities, while critics saw the proposal as naive and dismissive of international norms and sovereignty. Regardless of interpretation, the episode underscored Trump's emphasis on competition, resources, and perceived national advantage, particularly in regions gaining strategic importance. Lasting impact. Although Greenland was never seriously for sale, the incident had lasting effects. It elevated Greenland's global profile, intensified discussions about Arctic geopolitics, and prompted renewed engagement from the United States and other powers. For Denmark and Greenland, it reinforced the importance of clearly defining their political relationship and future trajectory. In the end, Donald Trump's interest in Greenland was less about acquiring land and more about signaling shifting global priorities. As climate change reshapes the Arctic and great power competition expands northward, Greenland's strategic significance will continue to grow long after the idea of buying it has faded into political folklore.